Hello everyone, Mege here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about Monster Hunter Rise. I have always been a huge fan of the Monster Hunter series, and I wanted to make this quick video to share what I think of the game after trying the recent demo. Starting with the main focus of Monster Hunter Rise, the wirebug feels extremely good, the movement is very smooth, and I really enjoy how they implemented it into the Hunter's gameplay. I do wish we could use the wall running without the wirebug though. As it is right now, you have to use the wirebug on a surface to start the wall running, but I wish you could just, run up to it, run up towards the wall and initiate it. As for the new techniques that use the wirebug, the silkbind attacks, they're very reminiscent of Monster Hunter's generation Hunter Hearts. I find them to be quite weird, to be honest. I couldn't really implement them into my gameplay as much as I wanted. The ones tied to movement, like evading or counterattacking, are good, but the ones that focus on damage are not that impressive, to be honest. This is because their main purpose is to let you use the new wyvern riding. You damage the monster with the special attacks using the wirebug, and you will get the monster in a weakened state where you can then ride it. Now, the riding itself feels pretty great. It is kinda clunky, but I think this is intended because they want to maintain that feel that you are not actually yourself moving, you're actually riding this big beast that is also struggling against your will. But the fact is that the first mount on each monster is very easy to get. Even Mizutsune, who has a slightly more difficult one for some reason, is still kinda easy, but after that it seems like there is no way to get a second mount. And so you end up with this first mount, first ride being very easy to achieve. You can probably just use your silkbind attacks a couple times and get it, but after that they are kinda useless, cause you could just be spamming them all over the hunt and still not get the second mount. Something I really like about wyvern riding is how it turns other monsters in the hunt. So for example, you are hunting Mizutsune and there is Greedy Zushi and Rathian on the map, okay? Usually, as it is in other Monster Hunter games, they would be just a hindrance of sorts. In Monster Hunter Wars there were turf wars, where the monster would fight and damage each other, so you could kinda see a reason for them to just meet for a moment, fight each other, and then one of them usually leaves. But in this game you could use those monsters, you can actually use them to ride them and go hard Mizutsune, for example, so I like how it gives them a purpose of sort. The game also improves on the endemic life from the previous game. So you have this endemic life which each have a precise purpose. So for example, one could act as a sonic bomb, another one will track the monster, call the monster, stun the monster, inflict status on the monster, whatever. And they are scattered around the map, so you have to explore to find them. And with the new movement options of the wirebug, it feels very good to just, zip around like Spider-Man and grab all of those little animals around. However, while endemic life it's optional, let's say, in a way, like you wanna use the little bug that gives you the ball that inflicts Ice Blight status on Mizutsune to slow it down, sure, you can do it, but you can just go without, it doesn't really detract much if one wants to just make a beeline for the monster. But the little birds scatter around that give you increased stats, like increased attack, defense, stamina and health, kinda feel bad to me. They feel more mandatory since they just affect your core stats, and so you kind of feel forced to always get that optimal route each time you start a quest to grab all of them before you reach the monster. It seems like they have ditched the idea of having multiple camps on the map which you could just fast travel to, and instead there is one main camp. And you have the Palamute, the new dog companion, let's say, alongside the Palico, that allows you to travel faster on the map. The problem with this is that when you go on a multiplayer hunt, you have to choose between the Palico or a Palamute. And if anyone doesn't pick the dog, they're gonna lag behind everyone else who does. Speaking of this, I was surprised to see that even in 3 and 4 player hunts, you still get to take along one of your 2 companions. This is sort of a bizarre choice, in my opinion. We tried some 4-player hunts with 4 companions and it was a huge mess. Like, I couldn't really understand anything that was going on. I have since lowered the on-hit effect in the option settings and it did improve it a bit. But now, speaking of a technical standpoint, the game is obviously and sadly a downgrade from Monster Hunter World. Obviously, the Nintendo Switch is not a very powerful console, especially compared to computers, And if you, like me, come from a fully maxed out settings Monster Hunter World on computer, you're gonna have a rough time. The game runs at 30 FPS, there is some dips here and there, but the thing is, the lower frame rate is especially noticeable with the increased faster movement. I do have some qualms with the sound compartment, not the music is as usual absolutely amazing, but the sound effects feel kinda muffled and not weighty enough. Like when I swing the greatsword, it doesn't feel as good as it did in Monster Hunter World. They also seem to have removed the rumble components from charging attacks, for example. This is something that, besides just, making it feel weightier in a way, also helped me in Monster Hunter World when, say, I was charging attacks, I couldn't really see my hunter for whatever reason, there was an explosion, a fire, whatever, and you could feel the charge levels on your controller vibrating with each step, and you could time the release much easier, of course. So, overall, besides the technical complaint and some minor qualms I have with the game as it is right now, I really enjoyed the demo and I'm looking forward to the full game. I want to hear what your guys' experience was with the demo, with the game. Do you agree with the stuff I said? Do you disagree? And what do you agree or disagree on? Let me know with a comment down below, and if you enjoyed the video, please as usual do consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel for more. I will see you all next time, fellas. Have a good day.